Hi guys, how's your week been? Thumbs up? Good week? Not so good. So week. Good and bad. Thanks for all the photos that you sent last week of you guys doing church at home. It was so exciting to see. Keep them coming. Remember, we are looking at the Easter story from Luke's Gospel, and last week we saw Jesus returning to his capital city, Jerusalem. Why don't you pause the video now and quickly share with each other what you remember from last week's lesson? This week, we are going to look at the next part of the story. You can read about it in Luke chapter 22, verses 47 to 54. Jesus had gone with his disciples to the Mount of Olives after the Last Supper. He had gone there to pray because he knew what was going to happen to him that very first Easter weekend. In today's story, Jesus was in a really frightening situation. I think all of us know what it's like to feel frightened by something. Maybe you might feel frightened by the dark, by strange people walking around in the streets. Or maybe you've got yourself lost at the supermarket and found yourself all alone. Well, this is what Jesus' situation was like. Remember, he had gone with his disciples up to the Mount of Olives to pray. It was a dark and very quiet evening when suddenly a large crowd of officials, powerful people, and soldiers arrived. But what's worse is they were led by one of Jesus' disciples, Judas. They were angry and they had come to arrest Jesus, led by his friend and armed with swords. Jesus' disciples wanted to fight. They asked, "Lord, shall we use our swords to fight them?" What would you do? Would you run away? Or would you fight? Would you hide? Or maybe you'd scream your lungs out or say, "No, no, no, you're mistaken. I'm not him." Or please, please, just let me go. Well, we might do any of those things. But what was Jesus going to do? He could have done anything. Remember all the miracles he performed? He calmed a storm. He healed people. He even brought people back to life again. I mean, he could have just snapped his fingers and thrown the soldiers down the hill. That's how strong he was. He could have flown away like Superman, or just disappeared and become invisible. He could have done any of these things. It would have been easy for him to get away. But instead, he took the time to heal one of the enemies who had been hurt. He told his disciples to put their swords away, and he explained to the crowd of his enemies why they had come at night. They were afraid of all his supporters, and worse than that, they were working for the devil. Then he let them arrest him and take him away. He wasn't surprised. He wasn't afraid. He wasn't worried. He was kind. He told the truth. And he didn't fight back. At some point, all of us will feel afraid. Even moms and dads will. Maybe you're feeling afraid now, not knowing what will happen with the coronavirus. What happens if you get sick or someone you love gets sick? There are lots of things in this world that are out of our control, things that we don't like. Sometimes we'll even see evil things happen. When that happens, we need to remember Jesus in the story. He's not afraid. He's not worried. He's not surprised. He is in control. He is kind. And he will win. Yeah. And if you're a Christian, He is right here with you, right now. You can trust that He knows what is happening and that He has got you. Let's pray. Dear Lord Jesus, thank you that you went with the soldiers because you weren't afraid. Please help me to remember that you always know what is happening and you are always in control of everything. Amen.